Okay, so for the affirmative points are that the children and teens are more depressed because of the abortion, and there's about 400 to 500 who actually do abort. And for their significance, I would say that it's not significant because if kids are comfortable talking to their parents about the abortion, then it's not necessary to make a law that requires them to discuss it. So it should be kept confidential because some can have bad things happen to them, which would be their solvency, so it wouldn't work. But it wouldn't be significant if the teens themselves actually wanted to go to their parents and talk about it. We don't need a law for the poor children who would not have their problem solved, but it could actually make it worse, as the disadvantage has already laid out. For their solvency, I have some cards that I would like to read, that this law in action actually ruins the relationships, far from strengthening the family. Staff writer ACLU, April 1st, 2001, October 31st, 2013. One of the very first teens who was forced to notify a parent under Colorado's parental notice law was kicked out of her home when her mother learned of the pregnancy. Her mother took the money the teen had saved for the abortion and threatened to disown her if she went through with the procedure. When the teen called the clinic to reschedule her appointment, she was living in a friend's car, far from strengthening her family and helping her make an informed decision. The law ruined her relationship with her mother and left her homeless with an unwanted pregnancy, and her experience is far from unique. Staff writer ACLU, April 1st, 2001, October 31st, 2013. The minority of teens who do not voluntarily consult a parent generally have good reasons not to. Many come from families where such an announcement would only exacerbate an already volatile or dysfunctional family situation. One study showed that 22% of teens who did not tell a parent about their abortion decision feared that if they told their parents, they would be kicked out of the house. More than 8% feared that if they would be physically abused because their parents had been beaten them before. Of those who did not tell a parent, 12% did not live with either parent, and 14% had parents who abused drugs or alcohol. For their third point, for teens, staff writer ACLU, April 1st, 2001, October 31st, 2013. For teens who feel that they cannot safely turn to their parents, government coercion doesn't change anything. There's no evidence that mandating parental involvement actually increases the rate at which teens tell their parents about their pregnancies and planned abortions. As the New Jersey Supreme Court found when it held that the state's parental notice law unconstitutional, a law cannot transform a household with poor lines of communication into a paradigm of the perfect American family. Family violence is at its worst during a family member's pregnancy. Emerald H. Fried, L.E., Gabriel H. Zuckerman B., Violence During Pregnancy and Substance Use, from M.J. Pub Health in 1990. Research on abusive and dysfunctional families has shown that family violence is at its worst during a family member's pregnancy, immediately following childbirth, and during the adolescence of the family's children. Studies of family violence have found that 4 to 8% of women are physically abused during their pregnancy. And finally, minors will suffer serious physical injury if the law is universally required. Ostosky, J.D. Ostosky, H.J., Teenage Pregnancy, Psychosocial Considerations, Klenogen, 1978. If parental involvement were universally required, some minors might suffer serious physical injury. Disclosure of the pregnancy may also cause serious emotional harm to the minor. Parental notification often precipitates a family crisis, characterized by severe parental anger and rejection of the minor. There is psychological problem for teens that say psychologically they will be impacted. That will happen anyway. Doesn't matter if they're a teen or an adult. And for teens especially, they're going through a time where they'll be more depressed, so it's not as significant, although we will concede that it is bad.